Hey YouTube, it's Deli here again. I have a speed build today for this sim called Morgan Delany. Basically, she's a stylist and she's single. She doesn't have a man, so this house is just for her. And because she's a stylist, it needs to be contemporary, and she's also a social butterfly, so she needs to have room to entertain. Her other traits include that she has commitment issues, she's neat, and she's a workaholic, and she also dislikes children. So there is definitely nothing child-friendly about this house. It is very much an adult's house. You can see the outside of the shell being formed here. There's gaps where the windows are going to kind of be inset, and a balcony that's inset as well. I've gone for a dark timber exterior for the top half, and then just a very, very bright white for the lower half. And I've skipped ahead a lot just then, just because I'm not a very fast builder and this video would go forever if I showed you the whole thing. Saying that, if you did want the whole thing, I do have it, but this will probably be enough. So yeah, this house is definitely very modern, and there's a lot of clean lines. I've used hedges in between the fencing there. There's a lovely pool and spa. And it's set in starlit shores, so it's definitely suiting the idea of being in kind of a Hollywood-esque environment. And here I'm just putting the wallpaper, or trying to choose a wallpaper for where the dining room is going to be. And the kitchen actually sits behind that, so it's a bit of a room divider there. The colour theme I'm going for is greens, really, and some oranges, or burnt oranges more so, with a lot of timber and also a lot of ecru colours, so ecru being whites, off-whites, natural beiges, colours and browns and whatnot. So definitely keeping it nice and feminine for this house, but I'm hoping to make a bachelor pad soon, maybe in my next video, I'm not sure, I'll see, but this is definitely a bachelorette pad. And kind of probably my dream house in a way. Oh, actually, I'd probably make it slightly different, but it is pretty close to what I would dream to have one day. And using an ottoman there, that's actually a coffee table. Sims can't sit down on it, but I think it looks nice anyways. Again, I've put the old plant in the table trick, which I did in my my Matusveski house build. And I've actually wedged in a couple of the, I'm not sure what it's called, the item, but it's like this orange plant in a glass vase that can only sit on the floor, and it's really annoying because the plant's not that big, but you can't put it on a table. So it kind of works perfectly because the orange flowers just sit out from the vase there. And I've also put a fern there as well. The floor I've just changed to floorboards because I didn't like the stone I had before. It was a little bit, I don't know, not very sophisticated or something. I don't know, it just didn't suit the environment. And here I'm struggling a bit with which chairs to use, but the last one I picked here is a little bit more cleaner, less weighty looking, so it's easy to see through the room rather than getting stuck looking at the chairs from the lounge room. Just adding some details to the lounge room here, and colouring the mirrors from the base game, which I use heaps and heaps. I probably use base game things most out of all of the content I have. I think they did really well with giving players a broad range of things to use in their base game. But I will say that the Master Suite stuff pack and the Outdoor Living stuff pack are so good. Like, the Outdoor Living stuff pack, I didn't realise, but it comes with a whole heap of clothes for Sims, and they're so good, they're so nice, especially the male clothes, so I do recommend that. Here I've kind of put two lamps, and then I thought, oh no, that's weird, so I removed it, and I was just trying to find an object to stick there, and I just failed miserably. So I ended up keeping the two lamps, which is kind of cool, I guess. A little bit different. This is a trick I realised or just discovered where you can use the lights from late night and kind of bundle them into one kind of flower arrangement of lights. I do it again upstairs. Again using the ottoman, which I love. And moving on to the kitchen. The kitchen, I struggled a bit with choosing what to put on the splashback wall. I kind of was working with, I think, oh that's right, I put mirrors at first for the splashback, and mirrors were just, because the space, like the wall is meant to be a divider, putting mirrors on there, mirrors expand the space and it just kind of then didn't act as how it was supposed to be. So then I changed it to a lovely vintage kind of brick, which I really like. It'll show up in a little while, or I'll take you through it later. Anyway, more slowly because this is very, very fast. I'm just putting some chairs in a nice green colour, and I love these leaves from the decor items. They just look really nice with a subtle pattern on them. You just change even one of them. Just saving my game here, and you got a little peek at my disgusting desktop, which is so messy at the moment. I still haven't deleted all my files from uni. This is a bedroom. The bed I'm using is from the base game. It's my favourite bed. In real life I wish I had this bed. Most definitely, I think it's awesome. And these bedside tables are just mirrored ones, and they're probably my favourites as well. They're very feminine, I like them a lot. The angel wing mirrors are free from the store if you haven't already got them. They're really handy too, especially if you just change the colour of the outside of them. They can suit a lot of different homes for your Sims. And of course, because it is a single lady's house, I had to make a double wardrobe. Something that is most definitely necessary, I think, for any girl. And I love this kind of gothic chair. I don't know, it's just like crazy and different, so I put two of them upstairs. The bed was initially in front of a pink wall, which I just thought was gross, so once I changed it to mint, it looked a lot fresher, I thought, with a nice salmon pink chair there for her to work with her styling career at. And the little flower on the end of the bed's very cute. I think a lot of people put flowers on the ottoman. It always looks nice. And just doing all the lights, and a little bar in the dining room I thought was good for her to entertain with. And more lights around the pool. I tried to put an actual wall night in the pool, but when you switch to nighttime, it doesn't work. So if you're trying to put different lights in the pool, they won't actually turn on, I don't think. I love to mix these late night coffee tables, just the glass ones, just layering them in kind of a pattern. I've done that before in one of my videos for the Sim Supplies Island Paradise Let's Play renovation. And just finishing off some of the wood elements in the room. They just needed to be lightened up a bit. And I put some of these invisible lights in just to add a little bit more lightness to that big room at the front. And I forgot the front door until now as well. Whoopsie daisy. And some lovely tanning chairs that I think is definitely necessary if you live in a beautiful big house with a lovely pool. And a fire pit. Okay, so this is the finished house, and I will walk through it a little bit slower so you can see what it actually looks like when it's not being sped up. I think I might have sped it up a little too fast, so do let me know if that was just too quick for anyone to look at. I'm still getting used to what works best and what doesn't, so any comments below really do help. Basically this timber here where the cars are meant to drive under into the carport, I kind of tried this out because I wanted it to look like sliding doors that come in and out, so one's only a little bit open, the other one isn't. I'm not sure if it really worked, but it's something new that I've tried. And of course here's the pool and the lovely bright red car. go through the front door here. Go straight into the dining room with the bar and this plant in the middle. And got the yellow painting, which looks quite nice with the brown ottoman there. I've also matched this wooden mirror, one of my favourite items you might have noticed, with this other wooden painting because they kind of go hand in hand. This is a cluster of late night lights, I'm pretty sure it's late night. Just layering them up with move objects on sheet. If we move out here into the lounge area, the mezzanine where Morgan's bedroom is, there she's working at her computer, looks down onto it, which I really like. And green and orange are almost complementary colours, so they go, the couches and the mirrors I deliberately put near each other, and furthermore the orange in this plant here. And a cluster of books, which I always love to put into my homes. I do love stacked books. I think they look great in interior design. And if you hold down the Alt key or Control key, oh no, Alt, you can shift the items slightly off the grid, and I think it just adds a little bit of realism into the house, such as here where it's just not quite in line. I think it makes quite a difference. I love colouring these little, what do you call them? Teapot tea servers. I don't know if they have a name, but whatever that is, I do like to recolour them. Here's the kitchen and the old bricks I was telling you about. I think I got the idea off Jamie Oliver. I swear in one of his TV shows he had a kitchen once where it had like old vintage bricks, and I really liked it. We'll venture upstairs to Morgan's bedroom. So like I said, these angel wing mirrors, I'm sure I got for free from the store, and they're super handy. Love the mirrored bedside tables, they complement each other. Of course, red and green are complementary colours, so if you go a more faded green with more faded reds, they look really nice together. There's another clustered light. Have a proper look at the little balcony in here. And little touches like just changing the colours of the candles, it takes like 2 seconds, but it just adds a little bit of a pop of colour, I think. And whoops, that was a little bit intense. Here's a double wardrobe, which, oh, I wish I had this with glass doors, so pretty. And Morgan in her stunning gothic chair with her lemon cordial. I used to always have drinks like this at my desk when I worked, but then I accidentally killed my computer because I spilt it all over my keyboard. So that wasn't very good. I don't really recommend you do that anymore. I've just realised that I've forgotten to fill in around here with tiles, so I'll do that before I upload it, and I'll put a link down the bottom if you do want this house. And here's the entertaining area with the mismatched chairs, mismatched pots as well. Landscaping is one thing that I actually really do not enjoy usually, so the landscaping is not too impressive. But I do find that if you do a little bit of painting on the terrain, a little bit of dirt around it, it just looks a little bit more realistic. So that's the house. I hope you enjoyed it or found it interesting. Thank you so much for subscribing, for those who have. It's been like so exciting because I've only just started a few days ago, the whole YouTube thing. If there's any advice on what I can do to improve the videos, that would be great if you left a comment, because I know that my speed builds can be a little bit like all over the place because I do a lot of camera turning and whatnot, and I definitely think the speed build was a little bit fast today, so do let me know. Hope you're having a nice morning, evening or afternoon wherever you are, and I will hopefully have another video up soon.